Good afternoon to our professor, Dr. Florinda Vigonte, and to all our classmates in section MPA 1Y3-7. I am Edgar A. Pacanya Jr., presenting the best practices in e-governance for the Department of the Information, Communication, and Technology. Motivation and trivia. Did you know that information and communication technology, or ICT for short, is so crucial for a developing country like the Philippines? It is so important that our government created a whole new department just to focus on formulating and implementing ICT policies. Imagine a safe, happy nation that strives through and is essential by information and communication technology, the DICT vision. The department also aspires for the Philippines to develop and flourish through innovation and constant ICT development, pursuing a progressive, safe, secure, and content Filipino nation. For the objective of this presentation, by the end of this presentation, listeners should be able to know the history and overview of the ICT. Second, the DICT mandate, mission, vision, and the key function of the department, functions and responsibilities related to e-governance, best practices in e-governance, limitation and challenges in the implementation of e-governance. For the discussion process, the history and overview of DICT. The Commission on Information and Communication Technology is the precursor to the DICT. It was established in 2004, served as and created as a temporary measure to pave the way for a dedicated department focused on ICT development. The DICT was formally established in 2016 through a Republic Act number 10844, solidifying the government's commitment to the ICT sector. The mandate, mission, vision, and key function of the department. The Department of Information and Communication Technology shall be the primary policy, planning, coordinating, implementing, and administrative entity of the executive branch of the government that will plan, develop, and promote the national ICT development agenda. The mission, the ICT of the people and for the people. The Department of Information and Communication Technology commits to provide every Filipino access to vital ICT infrastructure and services, ensure sustainable growth of Philippine ICT-enabled industries, resulting in the creation of more jobs, establish a one digitized government, one nation, support the administration in fully achieving its goal, be the enabler, innovator, achiever, and leader in pushing the country's development and transition toward a world-class digital economy. The vision, an innovative, safe, and happy nation that strives through and is enabled by information and communication technology. The ICT aspire for the Philippines to develop and flourish through an innovation and constant ICT development in the pursuit of a progressive, safe, secure, contented, and happy Filipino nation. Functions and responsibility related to e-governance. The DICT's main function of policy and planning, this include formulating, implementing, and evaluating ICT policies, plans, and standards. They also have the function of the infrastructure and system, which help optimize government ICT resources and network for e-government system and application. They have the function of digital transformation and innovation by promoting digital literacy and skill development. Citizen service and accessibility by ensuring universal access to quality, affordable, through and reliable and secure ICT services. Uh, Cybersecurity, ensuring the security and reliability of online transaction and government systems. Collaboration, coordinating with other government agency and stakeholders to implement e-governance initiative and e-governance master plan. The DICT has launched a e-government master plan to propel national digital transformation, envisioning a prosperous, inclusive, and resilient society led by a digital transformed government that is citizen-centric, integrated, secure, and transparent. The DICT initiative and best practices. The first group is the e-government and digital transformation by implementation of the e-government master plan or the EGMP of 2022. This aligns ICT project across government agencies. Launching of the national ID, Philip Digital National ID, or the Philippine Identification System or commonly known as PhilSys. The DICT, the PSA, and with the Bangko Sentral of the Philippines, successfully launched the first digital national ID, allowing the citizen to use their phones as identification cards. They also have launched the eGov PH Super App, which which a platform for platform for citizen to access government services in a single platform. The PNPKI system uh, is the DICT offer the KI to foster trust in government by ensuring secure and reliable online transactions. They also have launched the government web hosting system, which provide the government web services. Also, the DICT have provided a government mail for which provide a .gov.ph email to all government offices and employees. And also the first cloud first policy, which encouraged the government agency to use cloud technology for cost efficient and agility. For cybersecurity, the DICT have launched the National Security Cybersecurity Plan of 2022, and they have a cybersecurity bureau which coordinate incidents response and raise awareness via program like CyberSafe PH. They have also launched the broadband and connectivity expansion, which provide free Wi-Fi for all programs, national broadband plan, and a common tower policy. This is wherein competing service provider like Globe and Smart can equally share a common tower. They have launched the digital literacy and inclusion, like the Tech for ED centers, technology for education, employment, entrepreneurs, and economy development. They have also launched the Digital Job PH and the IC Literacy Program. The DICT also have launched the ICT governance and framework, which includes data privacy compliance and the interoperability framework. They have also uh, they are also trailblaze in the innovation and emerging tech such as startup ecosystem development program, AI roadmap and blockchain initiative, and smart cities, which promote data-driven urban governance and efficient public services. Seven, they have uh, geared toward a public-private partnership and collaboration wherein partnership with telcos and global tech companies such as Microsoft, Google for infrastructure and training. Also, the ICT have collaboration with LGUs for localized digital transformation. And eight, they are continuously monitoring, evaluating, and transparency. The use of ICT governance framework for tracking performance and project outcomes. Open Data Philippines for increased public access to government data. Limitation and challenges in the implementation of e-governance. The DICT just like other Philippine government agency, has to face two major limitations in its operation and implementation of its programs. Primary, the limitation in government funding resources, and secondarily, the limited workforce complement. With together with this, the DICT has its own unique challenges, which include bridging the digital divide. First, the lack of infrastructure, particularly in geographically isolated and disadvantaged areas, or GIDA. Included in the bridging the digitally divide is the high cost of connectivity, wherein the marginalized sector have um, a lesser opportunity in internet connection. Also, the digitally literacy gap, wherein many Filipino lack the skills and knowledge to utilize effectively, further exacerbating the digital divide. And the focus on GIDA. The DICT is prioritizing connectivity initiative in GIDA to ensure no community is left behind, recognizing the importance of digital inclusion for economic growth and sustainable development. Among the included in the challenges are cybersecurity threats. These are the vulnerability to cyber attacks, data leakage and compromised website, cybersecurity awareness, and cybersecurity allocation, wherein the DICT encouraged the companies to increase their cybersecurity allocation and adopt measures like identity and access management, cloud security, and threat detection system. Other, other challenges include ICT adoption in agriculture, insufficiency demand for connectivity, e-governance development, digital ID journey, natural disaster, and constitutional limits, wherein the 1987 constitutions imposed limits on foreign ownership of telecommunication, broadcasting, mass media, and advertising firms, which can restrain the entry of local foreign capital technology and skilled human resources. Case study, the digital national ID, which is the part of the Philippine system, PhilSys. The digital national ID, part of the Philippine identification system, is a secure, convenient, and portable digital version of the physical national ID. It is accessible through National ID Gov.ph or the eGov.ph app and serve as a valid proof of identity and age. The key features and benefits of the digital national ID. First, convenience. You can access your national ID on your phone, making it always accessible. Security. The digital national ID is designed to be secure and prevent misuse. Of identity. It serves as a valid proof of identity and age in various transactions. Loss protection. If you lose your physical card, the digital version serves as a reliable backup. And the digital economy. The digital national ID will ensure presence-less, paperless, and cashless transactions. Challenges faced in the implementation of the digital national ID. This include the data privacy and security, online verification issues such as technical glitches, data mismatch, biometric errors, inadequate system updates, fraud attempts. Included in the challenges are the administrative bottlenecks and the logistical issues, which can lead to delays in the issuance and verification. Even with these challenges, the DICT, together with the PSA and the Bangko Sentral of the Philippines, as of April 11, 2025, have recorded a total of 93,135,455 registration of national ID and a total of 54,909,523 delivered physical cards, which which translate to the success of the digital national ID. This is the total. This is the end of my presentation. If you have no more question, thank you very much.